Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels. And folks, like every morning at stupid o'clock a.m., we are going over that place of horrors that is the JRC. We're taking a break from my morbid curiosity as to the absolute stupidity with which the mainstream media is covering the overturn of the FDA, meanwhile also burying it in back pages of their publications that you have to know what you're searching for in order to even dig it up, to bring back a little bit of sanity to this channel. Folks, this is the ARC. This is the National ARC page. And this is the statement that they released the day after the news went viral on July the 7th in regards to the overturn of the ban. So, before we get going, first of all, you will find the link to this statement by the ARC in the description box, accompanied by pertinent links, hashtags to follow, and as always, the Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. If you haven't signed it already, please do. Now, as always, folks, maybe not in this particular video, but when we are discussing the JRC, you will hear vivid descriptions of, and sometimes actual court evidence, actual footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you have young children present, please, when you're watching these videos, wear your headphones. Also, like every morning, if I stumble over any words, or sentences for that matter, my apologies to all of you in advance. Alright, so let's get started. So, the ARC denounces ruling on use of shock on residents with disabilities at Judge Rotenberg Educational Center. Again, guys, this was done on July the 8th, 2021, and this is from Pam Katz. Oh, she's moved up? Fantastic. I'm going to have to send her an email. Anyways, in a stunning reversal, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit overturned the Food and Drug Administration's ban on the use of electric shock devices that has inflicted painful abuse on residents of the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center in Canton, Massachusetts for decades. Finally, somebody with a freaking brain. Oh my God. Mainstream media? How hard is that to say? The ARC has been around since the damn 40s when this was a more prevalent treatment for people with various disabilities and mental illness. Okay? They've been around the block a few times. They've been providing people with disabilities services for decades. And they can call it what it is. Yet somehow you can't. And somehow their statement, one of the biggest organizations in the nation that provides services to people with disabilities, and you can't see fit to do so much as quote their statement when this came out days before your bullshit articles? Just saying. Due diligence. Do you have any? The answer is no, of course. As you know, just for Johnny Depp folks that watch this channel, this is the main reason why I don't trust the mainstream media. I didn't need to have that all happen to not already trust these fuckers. But anyways, I digress. The JRC is an institution for children and adults with intellectual disability and developmental disabilities and mental health issues. The ARC and the ARC of Massachusetts alongside several disability rights organizations and empowered self-advocates across the country, fought for decades to stop this practice. Amen. By the FDA's own count, as many as 50 JRC residents wear the shock device. Staff members use remote controls to administer shocks for perceived misbehavior. Now, folks, because this has been legalized, by the way, I guarantee, this is my prediction. Because it's been legalized, I guarantee more people than 50 are now on that shock device while we speak. Just saying. JRC is the only place in the country that uses the barbaric and inhumane practice. Thank you. So there, I'll get to the comment later and we'll go over this. Barbaric and inhumane practice. Despite the substantial evidence that the shocks are painful and traumatizing to residents, and the alternative positive behavioral supports exist and are proven more effective. Thank you! So, for those who don't know, I actually worked in this field. So anyone who wants to quote me and tell me there's two sides to this story are full of shit. I have worked in this field. The options are not this bleak thing that the JRC and their goddamn apologizers say that it is. They want to tell you and make you believe that the only options are psychotropic medication where we're drugged to our gills to the point where we can't have a coherent thought, or to get shocked to death for, existing. Look at it right here. Remember, the ARC has been serving people with disabilities for over 40, 50, 60 years, folks. They were founded not long after World War II. I'd have to dig further into their history. They're possibly older than that. And they can call it barbaric and inhumane. They can come out as a people who provide those very alternative services and call bullshit. And I'm here for it. All right, moving forward. In 2021, we should not still have to fight tooth and nail for people with disabilities to live free from fear and torture. Amen. The ARC denounces this ruling as it strips dignity away from those living at this facility and threatens the civil rights of all people with disabilities. Thank you. We will continue to fight for the end of this abusive practice, said Peter Burns, CEO, the ARC. See, this is why I loved working so much with the ARC when I was working for the state under the Department of Mental Health here out in the Southwest region. Because these people used to be part of the problem. They got educated. And since they got educated, they have been fighting and partnering beside self-advocacy organizations, and all of it for years. Some of us have even been invited whenever the particular chapter is needing a new director to sit on a hiring panel and give our opinions on the candidates. Yeah, they figured out that nothing about us without us was a good thing that serves everyone. But anyways, I'm going to show you something that popped up yesterday, which makes this statement especially pertinent. Be prepared, there's going to be a rant. Okay. I need to click on this. Oh, they must have removed it. Well, let me give you the gist of what it was. There was a gentleman who stated that there was two sides to the story and that we needed to listen to the parents that are defending the JRC, who stated that this is the only treatment that helps their kids. Bullshit. Major bullshit. Okay? Major bullshit. Still touting that JRC line of it is a last resort and these are desperate parents and it's the only thing that will help them. This isn't the 40s, the 50s or 60s or hell even the 80s anymore. There are all kinds of treatments out there designed to work with people with disabilities in regards to self-injurious behavior and aggressiveness. We use the blanket term aggressiveness because even though the majority of the people at the JRC undergoing these shocks are autistic, it also has people on these shocks that have disabilities such as Angelman syndrome, Down syndrome, ADHD, and other mental illnesses. So we use aggressiveness kind of as an umbrella term here. But yeah, basically what he said is we gotta listen to the parents. No, the fuck we don't. I'm not going to listen to any parent who thinks that signing up their kids to be strapped down and shocked, and then shocked even more for muscle tense ups and screaming because of the pain. Yeah, I don't give a damn what they have to say about anything. When their child is on that bed and they are screaming for help and screaming in pain, and I'm supposed to take their word that it is helping them? No. Just no. Okay? Okay? It is not just us advocates that are coming against this place, as the JRC would want to have you to believe. People who, in their estimation, are animals with no sense of autonomy whatsoever and have no capability to understand what they're doing, okay? That's what they'll have you believe. That's what the parent supporters of the JRC will have you to believe. The ARC just called their bullshit. We have organizations like the ARC, as well as other parent organizations. Parent organizations. I'll say it again. Parent organizations that most of the time don't even really see eye to eye with us on a lot of things. But they are 100% against this school and have been extremely vocal. The ARC has been vocal. The Centers for Independent Living have been vocal. Organizations that have been around since, at the very least, World War II, who have been providing services. March for Dimes, for God's sake, has been vocal against this. March of Dimes, that has been around for, God, decades and decades. Okay? The UN has condemned condemned this school as a center for torture. So this is not just a bunch of advocates who don't understand. No, this is coming from groups, organizations that provide services to people with various disabilities all across the world. People who work with people with disabilities who are just like the ones at the JRC, who have stood up with us and condemned this treatment for what it is. And yet, you do not see a single major news media outlet willing to get so much as a quote from any of them. They always say self-advocates and its opponents, but they never name those opponents. It makes me wonder why. Well, I can tell you why. Because those names carry weight. The UN carries weight. The ARC carries weight. The March of Dimes carries weight. The Autism Self-Advocacy Network carries weight. The Disability Rights International group carries weight. Okay? And they don't want people, these folks who are touting the JRC hardline, to know that there are very powerful, extremely influential organizations who have provided services to people with disabilities for decades that oppose this treatment and have actually demonstrated within their own organizations the exact alternative treatments that the ARC is talking about right here in this very statement. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and close out from here. So, as always, folks, we don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this issue. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, please feed that algorithm. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this morning. And as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.